What's up, guys? I got like a couple of nice wins, and basically in a question of 1 hour and a bit, I went from 6,600 trophies to 6,800 trophies, and actually before this defeat, I was at 600 at 6,839 trophies, and I do think that I got barely into the top 10k with that. Yeah, I got barely into the top 10k because this dude has the same amount of trophies that I had, so you can say that, I think I got like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 win streak. I got the last 5 win streak that was very decent, I guess, and that took me place into like the top 10,000 in the world. And so I think I got some decent wins. What's the one that I got to it was this one. This one I played against Poison, and I got to win out with just 5 of health remaining in my tower. So I'm gonna basically show you a little part of the match and my thought process. So I start with the recruits because in this case I'll have like the zappies to back the recruits. I could have like the skeleton dragons, and from this point on I kind of got a little lucky maybe, because I don't know, in some cases when I don't see a poison and I see like some arrows or something like that, I just go for the attack with some graveyard and I bet on that. But so he played the poison pretty early, and so that gave me kind of a nice view of what I had to play. That was horrible, pretty dreadful, and I had to take that little damage. My plan was for the executioner to hit the lumberjack and the balloon at the same time, but because that didn't happen with the freeze, I just had to let that damage go. Otherwise, I would have spent a lot of elixir, and you just can't afford to spend too much elixir, you know. In this scenario, I had done a couple of damage in both towers. He had done that balloon hit, so it was not too bad. Even if I hadn't like done any sort of damage into the tower, it would be kind of okay. And yeah, this match with bowler and this kind of deck, I don't use to do too well, because my plan of defense is like using the raw recruits, and then I can possibly go some counter attack with Carvended Freeze. That's my ideal plan, that's my plan, just to go for the attack. And so this guy having bowler just makes this a lot more difficult, but you still can have a chance. It's not the end of the world. So I have the recruits, and then maybe I can go for the other side because he had played the. Maybe okay. I will try. I was trying to maybe save the graveyard for some other better opportunity, but yeah, I mean maybe I should have gone for the graveyard whenever he played the poison, going for the graveyard to the side of the tower that has like 2,600 trophies. Maybe I should have done that. So yeah, here I need to for the attack. It's going to get really deep in terms of damage. At some point, I just need to go for it. I was kind of lucky for him to not give a little damage. Yeah, I was very, very lucky. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to wait for for the best opportunity. But at some point, I just need to go for it. The point is, if I play the graveyard, you'll know that you'll have to save like the poison, And so, at this point, it was like the last opportunity. I played Tornado just to give me a couple last seconds, and don't ask me how I want that much. Really, I should I should have gone for that graveyard a couple of seconds before. This match, I was lucky. It didn't have poison. I was lucky for him to have freeze. That kind of gave me a decent chance for me to win the match. Let me see if there was a close type of match. I mean, yeah, sure. Let's just watch this. This was the match that put me in the top 10,000 for a bare moment, for like 3 minutes, for the time that cost me to lose that in the next match against Logvite. Yeah, Logvite and fast cycle decks usually the worst for me, and it's understandable. I'm playing with a 4.9 elixir deck. That somewhat gives me some decent wins, because defending with our recruits and executioner that recently got a buff and whatever. It's not too high skill, it's not too tough, it's not hard, and then using the graveyard and freeze to go for the attack doesn't require that much skill, and that's basically the point of this deck, which is like making things as easier as possible for me. And basically, whenever he played the Tornado, I still thought he could have the poison, but yeah, he might be like executioner gets to be pretty damn rough. No, he has his executioner Dark Prince, so overall, some pretty nice counter to the recruits. And for this executioner for the tower to not receive too much damage, I need to take out that Dark Prince as quick as possible. Alright. And here, let's see. I go for the Skeleton Dragons, just to try to kill immediately that P.E.K.K.A, and maybe here I can go for the graveyards if he really has the poison. I'm just like fuck it, I'm going for it, Let me see what he has. I go for a freeze to see if I can, make some more damage happen. He played the poison, so overall he didn't have too much damage. Too much elixir. And so I can go for. I tried to with this kind of play. I tried to force him to play something else on the other side, but he actually played a very good executioner in the middle of the park, basically in the middle of his field. I still forced him to play Snowball, otherwise he'll get a nice bunch of elixir, of damage, I meant. And so with 18 seconds left, I play Graveyard, just give me a couple of seconds and to rotate the deck. I play the Graveyard and post I can play Freeze, just rotate the deck, That's basically the whole point. It just give me a couple last seconds. You'll play Freeze, but I have a Tornado. And yeah, I can play a freeze myself. Just give me a couple last seconds. And between that, I have the enough elixir to play this episode. It's really scuffed defense, you know. It's really not the greatest, but say it's not the worst as well. He goes for the graveyard as well here, but this is not the best graveyard because that pack is not going anywhere, you know. So my and I try to force the attack on my right side, on my left side I meant, and I'm basically forcing a freeze of his on his side. I play yeah. God damn it! Let me just rewind that a bit. So I forced the attack on that side, but his graveyard was not the best because that pack was not going to get inside of my like right tower range, you know, and so that forces a freeze for him to get some better damage on my right side. And yeah, I go for a tornado myself to avoid some little damage, and then to avoid getting some hits of that P.E.K.K.A, I need to go for the freeze. And yeah, he got zero even amount of damage, and it lent me a hand to get that left tower. So yeah, pretty scuffed. It wasn't the greatest or the most beautiful damage. Even my deck is not the most beautiful on damage, but look, I can win some matches. So yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, an amazing week. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel. You can leave a like, and a comment on this video. You can turn on your post, your post notifications. Ah, damn it, that word got me. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care.
Just let me fall to my